I'm going to show you how to do the 3D fiber lashes today. Here is my results from just one coat, and so let me show you my tips and tricks. So I'm opening my the first tube, the transplanting gel, and you're just going to go ahead and apply it to one eye, and I like to get a really heavy coat on. Okay, while it is still wet, I'm going to grab my fibers. If there's a lot of loose ones sticking out, just kind of lightly pat them down. So I'm going to use a little pin to make sure that my eyelashes aren't clumped together. So when doing that fiber step, it's really important to avoid the lash line. So you don't want to go all the way to your eye, because that's the only time that people would experience irritation. So I kept it more towards the middle and towards the tips. And so you just saw I just did one really quick light coat, and here's the difference in my lashes. So then I would do the next eye while this one is drying, but to get you the full effect, I'm just going to do one eye. So I'll just go ahead and do the bottom lashes. Okay, so that's probably enough time for the top lashes to dry, so I'm just going to do another coat of gel to seal in those fibers, and that kind of gives it a little bit extra oomph. So when I'm applying this sealing coat, I'm also going to hit the tops of the backs, and you'll see why when I put the fibers on. So right here, I'm just the tops of the backs of my eyelashes. And I'm going to hurry and do this while it's still wet, and then I'll tell you why. Okay. So there's a little fiber. I'm just going to kind of just pick it off. Okay, so I did the sealing coat, and then you saw I hit the tops of the back, and then I did that because then I could go through with the fibers and just barely hit the tips of them and kind of pull up to see if I can get any fibers to catch on the tips, and just have like little fibers sticking off the ends, because that gives it, you know, a little bit of extra length. But you don't want to do that with big clumps of fibers, because then you could have like literally like clumps, and it can look all webby and spidery and dare I say furry. So you know, I'd say the biggest, you know, learning curve with this is just to learn how to play with the fibers. So especially when it's brand new, this one I've used a few times, so it's good, but when it's brand new, sometimes you could have big clumps of fibers. You know, you can brush those back into the tube and then just kind of lightly pat, because you don't want big clumps of fibers all over your wand, or that's when you're going to have, you know, that big furry mess that you've seen, you know, the pictures that maybe shouldn't be floating around. So let me give you a close-up. Here's my before and after. I have average lashes, I would say, and then you just saw I just did one coat and sealed them in. So I'll do the other eye so you can see both eyes together. But okay, I have both eyes done, and you can see it took my average lashes to, I would say, above average. So it really does work. You know, videos are really helpful because people who have tried it have had struggles, you know. I mean, do you really think that something this fabulous doesn't have its own tips and tricks? So I hope that my video helped you, and until next time.